Welcome to the AFC Wimbledon season roundup for 2016-2017. We pick up the story from last season, which culminated in a playoff final victory at Wembley Stadium, with the club advancing to Football League One, where former Premier League high rollers like Sheffield United, Coventry City and Bolton Wanderers now plied their trade. A first ever league clash with arch adversaries Milton Keynes was also in the mix, but before all the merriment, there's a basket of friendly matches, 3 of which we have here, starting at home to Championship side Reading with their new manager Jaap Stam at the helm. Parrott's goal on 14 seconds, launching the Dons to a 2-0 victory. Nowadays, there's only one team at Selhurst, and that's Crystal Palace, boasting a Premier League place and pitting their wits against the Dons at Kingsmeadow.
Third goal for Crystal Palace, scored by number 8, Freddie Ladapo.
close call against Crystal Palace. Manager Alan Pardew glad to hear the final whistle as the Dons pressed for an equaliser. And there were several team changes 48 hours later as Wimbledon made the short journey to Woking. Woking beaten by 2 Tom Elliott goals scored 4 minutes into each half, and other friendly results include this shock 4-3 loss at Dover Athletic, who the Dons played several times in their non-league days, and a 1-1 draw at Terry Brown's old club Margate in front of a respectable 711 crowd. Lastly, the District Line derby is back in service. Fitzpatrick's goal earning the Dons a second win there in just over 3 months. The Dons' opener in League One proves to be a tough cookie up in the Midlands, Walsall winning by 3-1, a very late Taylor penalty adding some sugar to the stale cake. Now the Capital One Cup, or EFL Cup whatever, has never offered the Dons a home fixture, and yet again they were on the road, a tricky match at fellow League One side Peterborough United. The Dons so unlucky at London Road as Whelpdale and Taylor's goals prove insufficient as the Posh win the game 3 minutes into added time. So no joy there, nothing unusual in that competition. And now AFC Wimbledon have illustrious visitors. The 1958 FA Cup winners Bolton Wanderers, providing the club's first ever Football League One home opposition. When Andy Bartram scored, and for the next 60 seconds, the Dons were ahead of Milton Keynes in the league table, in itself a major achievement. Sadly, the visitors spoiled the party, coming back to win 2-1, and this is where we were due to introduce the home game with Scunthorpe United, but instead there now follows an announcement from the Kemp brothers. After the match against Bolton Wanderers, we were asked to attend the office of AFC Wimbledon's operations director, David Charles, who informed us that the Kemp brothers' service was no longer required as of that moment. We did not ask for an explanation, so we cannot offer you one. Neither did we seek, or indeed receive, any thanks for the tireless work we have put in at the club since it began back in July 2002. We have enjoyed our association with AFC Wimbledon and revelled in the club's meteoric rise from the 9th tier of English football to the 3rd. We have made many friends during our stay, and we are sorry that it is no longer possible to continue bringing you, the loyal fan, any more recordings, but the situation is beyond our control. Thank you.